noti bell and like, share, and subscribe.
Come
Now
pretty
let's get
close.
into it.
She was part of a team that successfully recorded part of the initiation ceremony that takes place in the tomb's courtyard.
Okay, you have the doorway here.
Yeah.
Okay, then to the right you have a hedge, and then
Yeah.
you have an evergreen tree. If you follow that line straight back, courtyard's in there.
Ah, okay.
So
that's where they have the ceremonies in
the outdoor part of it. Part of it was indoor, so we only got to see the outdoor part.
Right.
We only got to and to listen to the outdoor part. God only knows what went on indoors.
And what did you hear? What was it? You managed to get this unique.
It was
access to it.
disgusting. It was gross. I mean, they were pretending to murder people.
Oh, she's just being sweet and nice. She means to say it was demonic.
What was the tone of it, though? Was it jokey or was
Vicious.
it quite?
No, it wasn't jokey at all. It was sick. It's about the only way I can describe it. It was sick.
What you're hearing is the first recording ever made of the Skull and Bones initiation ceremony. It has never been broadcast before. 15 new members of the club are being introduced into the macabre rituals of Skull and Bones by the senior students who are about to graduate. The club has what some might see as a strange fascination with death, skull.
The club. Did you hear what he said? He said the club, y'all. Yeah, like this is play or something. Yeah, death cult. Yes, it's a branch off inside the secret society of the Illuminati. You know, the pyramid. You know, like if you point little lines to the hierarchies of these secret societies within this large secret society, which is the occult, which is the New World Order, the Illuminati, the thing that runs the world, y'all. Are you getting it?
Skulls and bones. There's the chants too, difficult to hear first of all, but including the devil equals death and death equals death.
Did you hear what he said, church? Did you hear what he said, secular? Did you hear what he said, gainsayers? Okay, this is a death cult, okay? And this is nothing but a sect, S-E-C-T, a branch off within the secret society of the Illuminati. The Illuminati is at the head. Skull and Bones is right down somewhere under on the pyramid. Pay attention. Death.
These rituals have been honed over centuries, giving the society a weird set of traditions, rules and secrets. For example,
Right. Things have been passed down for centuries, for generations. This stuff is ancient that these people are practicing because they want to conquer the world. They're doing these things for Satan, the god of this world, the god of the air for this time being, Lucifer, the light bearer. So I'm going to prove it to you. They also have branches off in the music industry. We all know that. Hollywood is a big part. The politicians is another sect and or branch off within this occult, this new world order that's been here. They knew this time was coming, and let me prove it to you. Okay, let's take a break. Check this clip out. Now you can't even make this stuff up. You hear what he's saying, right? He said it's all in his head. Okay, I'm gonna tell you how ancient and how these demons work through these people. And they repeat the same cycles over for centuries and centuries through people's bloodlines, through these fallen angels. Okay. They're in the occult. He's a Freemason. So my whole thing is they learn certain spells and things to say because it pays homage to the deities, and it also summons and invokes these deities to perfect their crafts for the deities. The deities love to be worshipped. Now, follow me. He said it's all in his head, right? Now I'm going to show you something. Look at this. Do you see that? I'm going to make it back all smaller and just pause the screen to take your time to read it. This stuff is ancient. This history is repeated, y'all. These people choose to serve the creature rather than the creator. They're choosing Satan, folks, because they want the riches. That's why the Lord said a rich man won't make it into heaven. Okay? Because you cannot take anything material with you. The rabbit hole and or the forest goes deep, y'all. Okay? The branches are thick and they wind and wind.
Initiates are known as neophytes. Outsiders are called barbarians, and the number 322 is sacred. Alexandra Robbins is a Yale graduate who's written one of the few books to investigate the society, The Secrets of the Tomb.
According to Skull and Bones legend,
Shh! Now listen to this.
On October 9th, 1701, Yale University was founded with the mission to prepare youth for public employment both in church and civil state. But Yale's earliest origins begin in the 1640s with a group of ministers who simply wanted to establish a theocracy in a college to educate its leaders. For a university with such humble, churchly beginnings, it's shocking then that one of their oldest secret societies' initiation rituals historically was rumored to include sharing the intimate details of one's full sexual history. Shrouded in secrecy, this is everything we've dug up on Skull and Bones. Founded in 1832, Skull and Bones is the oldest of Yale's many secret societies. Historically, admission is reserved for senior Yale undergraduates. Every year in the spring, 15 new members from the junior class are offered membership on what is often called Tap Night. A custom aptly named, as the new member is said to be notified of their admittance when a current member ritually claps them on the shoulder. Skull and Bones members are known to take an oath of secrecy, so their rituals and intricacies are highly guarded, despite the fame of their members. One thing we do know is the physical location of the Skull and Bones clubhouse and headquarters. The nearly windowless building, simply known as The Tomb, is housed in a large brownstone located at 64 High Street in New Haven, Connecticut. To preserve confidentiality, non-members are prohibited from entering. The macabre decor of the clubhouse is well suited to Skull and Bones' distinctively ghoulish spirit. The tomb is said to be adorned with skeletons, skulls, and other dark works of art. There is a popular rumor that the stolen skull of the Apache leader Geronimo is a relic that is housed within the tomb's cadaverous walls. In 2009, Geronimo's descendants attempted to sue the organization to get the skull returned to them, but were unsuccessful.
And it's a trip too, because you know our forefathers, our forefathers or what have you of America, they've been stealing from the indigenous from the beginning of time, and it's just so crazy because here you have it.
Portraits of its distinguished members line the walls of the tomb as well. Portraits that might feature such esteemed bonesmen, like former presidents George W. Bush, George H.W. Bush, and William Howard Taft, as well as the father of American football and the founder of the NCAA, Walter Camp, the man who helped create the Hubble telescope, Lyman Spitzer, Time magazine's founder Henry Luce, Supreme Court Justice Potter Stewart, former Secretary of State and Senator John Kerry, the so-called richest man in private equity with a personal net worth currently valued at $15.7 billion, Stephen A. Schwartzman, political journalist and author Dana Milbank, and the youngest member of President Obama's cabinet, economist Austin Goolsbee.
They wanted prestige men, prestige members, a prestige bloodline, something promising to continue for generations to generations. These are the familiar spirits. These people are also witches and warlocks and druids and alchemists, and they all work with the scientists. You know, they need all of the what they consider a good, bright, illuminated human being, like a chain, you know, a food chain, so it can continue. Because in their eyes, only power and money, you know, that is considered that, you know, those are the things which they consider that will survive, will surpass. Now, so much time has went past and went by that these secret societies, no matter what they are, what sect off, you know, or what branch they are within a organization, they're losing money because they don't have no members because they're so strict. So what they started doing is, you know, Satan only has a certain amount of time and he's desperate. So they're letting any and everybody in now. Remember, now they got the boule for the black people, and now they got the Freemasons for the women. And I think Skull and Bones has started in 1992 when they just now started letting women in. You know, just people that are not of the bloodline, there's ways you can get in. They're recruiting people on Facebook. I remember about a year ago, they tried to recruit, well, the Freemasons tried to recruit me on Facebook, and I put the video out. So, it's just crazy. Satan wants us
of their
sold.
lifelong financial stability. And with such an affluent list of members, it's hard to find a bone to pick with such a guarantee.
But I'm not done yet. These stars are worshiping the stars, these little deities, these Yale gods. Alright, so let me continue. The American flag equals 13 stripes, representing the 13 original colonies. Okay, now there are 50 stars representing 50 states, the United States. Okay, now the 13 original states were New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. Whew, that was a lot. It is these colonies, which are these 13 families that came together to form the United States, the original 13 colonies of North America in 1776, folks, as the United States Declaration of Independence. Adam Weishaupt was founder of the Illuminati. May 1st, 1776, y'all. I mean, you can't even make this stuff up. 13 years before becoming the President of the United States, George H.W. Bush served as the 11th Director of Central Intelligence, DCI. Many believed leading the CIA would mark an end to his political career. Instead, Bush became the only U.S. president, to have previously held the position of DCI, which gave him a unique perspective on both providing and receiving intelligence. Bush joined the agency as a tumultuous time, when morale was an all-time low. He believed...
Did you get ready in the dark or something? Because you look like a beautiful man. Don't you know?
After the all-time low, Bush, he believed strongly in the mission of the agency, and he believed in the CIA officers serving their nation. As DCI, he immediately established himself as a leader who restored the morale and reputation of the CIA. Times of trouble. The 1970s came to be known as the time of troubles for the CIA's 6 different DCIs served within a 10-year time frame. The agency was shrouded in controversy from the leak of the famed family jewels. An internal report detailing controversial activities undertaken by the agencies dating back to President Dwight Eisenhower's administration. Congressional committees led by Representative Otis Pike and Senator Frank Church were formed in early 1975 to determine the extent, if any, to which illegal, improper, or unethical activities were engaged in by an agency of the federal government. The leak of the family jewels, coupled with the investigations, tainted the public image of the CIA and plummeted the morale of agency officers, the church, the committee investigators. Investigative work ultimately led to reform efforts throughout the intelligence community. However, a dark cloud now hung over the CIA. The Ford administration concluded that the agency needed a new scene of purpose and a new director who could improve relations with Congress. As a decorated naval pilot, Texas Congressman, National Chairman of the Republican National Committee, Ambassador to the UN and Special Envoy to China, George H.W. Bush, had established a reputation as a strong leader with an impressive resume. On January 30, 1976, George H.W. Bush was sworn in Director of Central Intelligence. Bush's tenure as DCI marked a turning point for the agency as he led the CIA out of its period of darkness. He restored the focus and boosted morale, quickly connecting with CIA's workforce. Agency personnel were impressed with his friendly and outgoing persona. The new director was enthusiastic to meet CIA's officer and was always interested in hearing their new ideas and opinions.